This guy keeps handing me his resume, even though I keep telling him to apply online. A man came into the electronics store to hand in his paper resume. It was perfectly printed, and although it looked neat and professional, we unfortunately no longer accept printed resumes. I told him he would need to go to the company website and apply online. The man, who looked to be in his 50s, became angry and shouted, "Apply online. Here is my resume right now, just take it." I shook my head and told him again that he needed to apply online. He then launched into a rant about technology and how things were simpler in the old days. I stood firm and repeated that he needed to apply through the website. He stormed off, and after that, I started seeing him standing outside the store holding his resume. He was even out there in the wind and rain. I ignored him. When my shift ended and I walked to my car, he tried to hand me his resume again. He even tried to push it into my hand, which irritated me. I nudged him away, got into my car, and drove off. Then I started seeing him at every bus stop, still holding the resume. When I got home, I told my wife about him. She said he sounded like a freak. The next day at work, more people started handing me paper resumes. I told all of them to apply online, and they reacted the same way, angry and refusing. They were all around the same age, and none of them liked being told to apply online. Soon, a group of them was standing outside the store, all holding resumes. No matter how many tried, I gave them the same answer: apply online. When I drove home, I saw them at every bus stop again, silently holding their resumes. That night, I told my wife everything. Then, suddenly, they appeared outside our house, even more of them this time, all holding resumes, chanting, "Take our resumes. We will not apply online." My wife said, "Just take their resumes." But I refused. It was the principal. I ended up calling the police, and they were all removed. Weeks passed without seeing any of them. Then one day at work, my employees started puking up resumes. When I got home, my wife and kids were puking up resumes too. Then I puked up a resume. As I stared at the soaked, crumpled paper, I realized it was the very first man's resume, the one who started all of this. I want him out of my life.